$20 pinpointer from RadioShack. I had to switch out one of the batteries at least. I ran out of batteries, so we'll see. I did a battery test, it was working. Let's turn on the volume here. Tune it. Oops. My bad. I forgot. I'm supposed to just turn it on now. I'm going to tune it down a little bit. Okay, and it should have a constant hum. And let's see if I can find something. Okay. If the ID shoots over to the right, that's a good target. If it shoots to the left, it's probably some kind of iron nail or something. And earlier, right over here, I found the connection thing to the irrigation system. So you can see how it kicked over to the left here. Now let me adjust. Okay, let me just adjust this a little bit. There we go. So yeah, to the left. Okay. I'm just going to work my way down here. Hopefully we can find a coin maybe. Okay, and I'm just going to go slow. This is the metal detector that I use as a backup for when I'm on the road. And currently on the road at front yard here in Fort Worth, Texas. And I'm just kind of looking for, here we go. What is this? Something to the left. Right over here, I think I heard something. Or here we go. See how it turned off? And that's probably that irrigation right there. Here's another one, which makes sense. It's coming in line. Okay. Okay, there's another one here. All right, so what I'm mainly listening for is anything that gets louder and shoots to the right. Okay. Okay, there's another one to the left. So we're not going to dig those up. Pretty simple setup. It's just the only thing I don't really like about this is I wish it had a little arm extension. That would certainly help a lot more in detecting versus my Nocta macro that I use. But we'll see. We'll just kind of play by ear. You know what's working right is when you have that constant sound. Hear that? And when it shoots to the left, it's probably going to be a nail or some kind of rusty thing. And then if it shoots to the right, it could be a coin, or it could be, well, it could be that thing right there. Okay. So it definitely will pick up metal, just it's pretty tight. Okay. And I kind of just use this as again, like a backup. All right. So, and the other machine I have is the Nocta Macro Simplex Plus, and then the one before that I had was an old Fisher 1225-6, 25X. Hello, howdy. Thanks for joining. Kind of on the road this weekend and didn't bring the machine that I normally use. Just brought the this metal detector here, this old school RadioShack metal detector. And it has that constant buzz. When I hear it shoot all the way to the left, then it's likely a nail or something. If I hear it shoot up to the right, that's a potential good target. I have it discriminated out to about 5, 4 on the notch right here, discrimination. And that usually means if I get anything good, it's probably be either a pull tab, all right, or a potential coin or a potential ring. Who knows? Okay. All right. And I do a much slower search here because it is smaller coil, and this is not a very good. Well, it does beat up on your wrist the way it's designed. Okay. All right. Okay. I believe this house was built in 2019. So we'll see if anyone dropped any coins maybe while we're here. Okay. And it's a pretty good one to just to kind of play around with. Let me up the volume a little bit. I may run out of batteries. I ended up replacing one of the batteries just to get this thing running again. It uses 6 AA batteries. And so that could definitely cause some wear, drain it down and whatnot. But usually if I can just add in the extra battery, I might be able to kick it back in again, and sure enough it did. Let's see. All right, I'm just working over here by the walkway. Okay, here we go. You hear that? I heard the noise go away for a moment right there. So it's probably another one of those irrigation systems. It's just a front yard here in Fort Worth that I know the owner. Just kind of hanging out on the road this weekend, and you gotta have your metal detector with you, so might as well bring it. Okay, for that emergency need to do a metal detecting search. I did lose my microphone the other day while I was at a fly fishing event, and luckily had able to locate it again and find it, but I was feeling like I may have had to pull the metal detector out to find it because it was in a really crowded area with a lot of grass. But luckily I was able to trace my steps back and find it. Oh wow, there's hardly anything over here. Let's go to the other side here. All right. Right here. Okay. You won't hear a beep. It'll just be an increase in the volume, or it'll completely shut off. It's different than normal machines that I've used in the past. Okay. Can you hear that? That means it's probably some junk. Okay. Here's another one right there. Alright, so when you have a good target, it'll increase like that. If you find, like let's say a washer, a nail or something, piece of wire, something, I think that's ferrous versus non-ferrous. That's the difference between the ID going left or right. Okay, there. Alright, let's go right down this middle section again here. Okay, coming up. I didn't expect to find much over here, mainly because it's a fairly new house and there's not much traffic in the front area here. But like here's this irrigation thing. Okay, that's plastic, but if I keep following it, it has these connectors right there. Right there. Has a connector. You hear how it kind of shut off? It has this little connector deal that it picks up on. See it right there? So it's like it's the same thing like an underlayment pin right here. And that's what it's picking up. And my little $20 pinpointer, you have to wait for that beep. Okay, it's not like the Garrett. Okay. The Garrett that I have, turn it on, it immediately has a return beep sound. But this one, you have to hit the button, wait for that beep, and now you're ready to start pinpointing. Okay, is that little 1-2 second delay worth the $80 to $100 difference? Yeah, I would believe so. I just the Garrett Pro pointer that I had for years now, and I just got this one on a whim because like right now I left that one with my machine that I normally use, and I'm on the road and I just wanted something to have with me when I am on the road. I just keep it in my pickup truck, and Texas heat and everything doesn't bother it. And this doesn't bother this. I can leave it in the vehicle, 100+ degrees, and this baby will still work as long as you have a lot of batteries, or the batteries are full. In this case, I needed to probably replace the batteries. They've been sitting there for at least a couple of years. Okay, I'm not seeing or hearing much. Let's go back over here. I'll show you this section where it's that irrigation strip right there. There's another one where it turned off. Okay, just follow it along. There's another one. Follow it along. So I guess if I was going to go dig up my irrigation deal, right there's another one. This would actually be pretty good at finding those little pins that are used to hold it in place. Okay, this is I think it's a metal cover here. Let me make sure. Yep, there it is. Okay, and you heard how that one kicked all the way to the right. Okay, so these old machines, they're not like the newer ones where you're listening for a tone. Instead, this is that constant, which does get annoying. And a lot of times you can turn down the volume and just pay attention to this meter here. Okay, and if you see it kick left or right, then check it out. But I kind of like hearing also, because a lot of times I'm not even looking up. Here's another one here, but that's different from that pin, unless there's another pin coming down here. I wonder. Let's go take a look at it. Let's see, I think it's right about here. Okay. Okay, it's somewhere in this vicinity. Okay, let me turn that off. I'm gonna just do a quick dig real quick around it. Let's see if I can at least identify what it located. I'm anticipating it's gonna be another one of those irrigation pins maybe. Or it could be something else. All right, let's get it up here. Hello, hello, howdy, howdy. Okay, wait for the beep. Oh, it's further up. Oh man, it's right here. All right, I dug too soon. I was over here when I should have been over here. Okay, well, let's just pop it up and have a look-see. This is, let's see, yep, there it is. All right, that's the irrigation thing. There's the pin back in there. Let me see if I can show you. Right there, that's what it's picking up. Not the plastic tubing, but that little irrigation, or that pin. And that's kicking over to the left, so that means it's most likely iron. In this case, it's rusting. So, all right, well, you can see it still works. And yeah, you have to play around with this and retune it to zero it out in the middle. That's another thing is you'll have to do this often while you're searching. And I don't know why, other than maybe there's some conditions that the ground it's experiencing, that the ground is affecting it. But anytime I'm kind of unsure, just hit the button in the middle, the reset. It's almost like your old school monitors where you hit the button to clear the screen. All right, I think they called it degaussing. Okay. I wasn't expecting too much, but at least I realized I could probably use this to map out the irrigation. So let's see. Let's see if I can guess where it is here. All right. So there's the pin on that irrigation deal here. There was one here, and it went down the length this way. Okay. Now there's this one here breaking off maybe, so let's see. Okay, there's that one. So either it's coming back this way. Let me up the volume. Okay, there's another one here. Okay, so maybe it's going back up that way, or maybe it's going out this way. Okay, so let's go back up here. Let's see if anything happens. All right, there we go. All right, so that might be another one of those irrigation pins. Coming back up. Okay, coming back up. This is the stuff that's going by the bushes. Oh, here's another one here. Okay. And there's definitely one that's on the surface that I picked up earlier, right there. Okay. All right, well, wasn't expecting much, but luckily I got to play around with the old school RadioShack metal detector. Other than that, hey, stay tuned. I plan on doing some more of these, just maybe later in the day with the newer machine. All right, but if you have a chance to try out this $20 pinpointer, just remember, hit the button, wait for that beep, and then start searching. If you start searching immediately, it's not ready for you, and you may hear that beep sound thinking you got something. Good luck. All right, thanks. All right, all for now.